You then have to sit down at your desk and think, how the hell am I going to increase my attention span by 48%? Fundamentally, the phone cannot be anywhere near you. It needs to be physically separate from you. So you need to select the task. If your phone is required for your calendar or your task list, whatever it may be, one task has to be selected. Never select multiple at once, because our brain simply cannot get into a deep state of flow if we're in that kind of experience. We then have this process of gamifying the experience of trying to get into a deep state of concentration. We get people on their computer. So once they've selected their task, they've separated themselves from their phone, to click on a new tab and just search the word stopwatch on Google, and you'll see a stopwatch appear. It's very important to do it via that and not with the phone. You then go on the stopwatch. Once you're ready to start the task, you click start. You begin the task, and very quickly you find yourself beginning to feel bored or too difficult, too challenged by the task itself. These are the two things that take us out of flow: something being boring and too easy effectively, or something being too difficult. In the moment that you have that first experience arise, you say to yourself the sentence, I'm going to fight the urge. You repeat this as a mantra: I'm going to fight the urge, for the distraction, effectively. You do that as many times as you can. Maybe you successfully do it 3, 4, 5 times. I'm going to fight the urge. Eventually you find yourself irresistibly needing to go on YouTube or needing to go onto Twitter or whatever it might be. In that moment, you can do that, but before you do it, you head back to the stopwatch that you had on one of those tabs and you look at the number. You look at the number, and the first time you ever do it, it says 6 minutes and 27 seconds. That's what we then call your baseline attention span. That's how long you manage to push yourself for to stay in a state of concentration. We know from recent research that it takes about 15 minutes for the brain to start to lock in, for the attention span to really start to zone into one place. Maybe you got 6 minutes the first time, the next time you get 12. Eventually, once you get to 15, that's when your brain is really locking in. It's staying centralized on one thing. What we've then found is, because it's very difficult to get to 15 minutes of only focusing on one task, when you fight the urge, you give up on fighting the urge and you look at the stopwatch and you see it's beyond 15 minutes, you think, wow, I've actually managed to climb here. I've actually managed to get to the number that I was targeting. And then people have this elevated motivation to, maybe I should just stay in this. We're way more productive. We complete tasks 40% less time if we get into flow state. So it's extremely advantageous.